The following is a segment from Session 7 of the Honestly Better Mental Fitness Show. If you would like a list of all of the segments and full sessions, please visit honestlybetterfitness.com/list. That's honestlybetterfitness.com/list.
Welcome to LH Industrial's Honestly Better Mental Fitness. I'm Mike Lomber. I'm the president of LH Industrial, standing in the middle of a breezeway in the shop in Tempe, Arizona, to get an idea of what we do behind us here. I found mental fitness a few years ago, and it changed my life. It's changed my family's life. And now we'll bring it to all of LH Industrial, and we're coordinating it to put it out for us to hearing. Thank you for joining.
The 75 years, I'm trying to extend that dramatically. And it's true that people have, from the beginning of time, there's people that live twice as long as the average age. And there's people that live half as long. And that's where the average comes up with, right? That's how you get it. So I think also, and I'd be interested to hear your opinion on this. I think your mind is so powerful as far as your health and when you're going to die. And that I think the beginning, the best way to live a long, healthy life is to, number one, your mental health, get your mind right. And then that will really help the biological, right? And the opposite is true too. If you've got your mind and it's killing you, you can literally kill yourself just by thinking that you're dying or deciding that you're done, right? You're retiring.
Right.
So bringing that to our people and showing them that, if you have a wonderful life, it's more like heaven on earth rather than hell on earth, then I believe that for most, it will result in a lot longer, happier life. Mm-hmm. And I think it also, if you love your job and you love what you're doing as a career, and you've got the freedoms that you want, you'll want to do it longer as well. So you'll live twice as long, and you'll probably work twice because it's fun, right? Because you're doing it right, and you're around cool people that you love being around.
Right. There's something interesting doing this work. I hear a lot of stories about death, essentially, and how much. Not to say that there is always, but how many stories I have heard of people choosing the moment that they pass. I think there is something really powerful about that, and the whole placebo effect, which I'm sure everybody knows and understands. Of when they test medications, they give people a fake pill that they know does nothing for them, but just taking this helps them cure or move towards it, which is just all about how much our expectations, our beliefs about our own life and our body lead to the realities that are created within our own biology and body.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. And I've witnessed it ever since I've been thinking about it. And so setting your mind that you're going to live 200 years instead of 75, you'll get a lot closer to 200 than 75. But and that's not the important piece. The important piece is your quality of life and how vibrant you are and how you show up to every day will be so much better, right? Mm-hmm. Whereas if you're 55 and you're going to be done at 75, you're like, oh, that's a bummer. It bums you out, right?
Right.
You tell yourself, I remember I lived to 150, then that's a whole different deal. I got a lot of time left.
Right. There is some study, I can't remember the details off the top of my head, of that was essentially measuring people's life, quality of life, health indicators with how much control they believe they have over their life.
Yes. Their freedoms.
Right.
Yep.
And I think that's a bit of the, are they just the rudderless ship getting tossed around by the waves and the ocean and the other boats, or are they really in control of their own life? And there's this really interesting thing, and I get to witness this a lot of, we both want control and are terrified of control.
Yeah.
Some of us more on both sides of that. And I think this is part of the, what do you really want question that we have in here of, like, oh man, like what if I choose wrong? If I actually choose and I have to actually acknowledge that I can have anything that I want, and then I get it and I'm not happy, then the consequences of that are either I don't really know myself, or I don't have anything else to blame or be angry except for towards myself in there. And so there is sometimes a resistance to choose, because what if I make the wrong choice, like that whole thing in there. So it's almost easier to, if I don't choose, then somebody else is still to blame, and I can sit back in here. Yeah,
I think there's a powerful antidote to that, and that is what I'm choosing next, not forever, not lifetime. It's next. So when I'm making these big goals, if I put it on myself that, I'm gonna do nuclear energy and I'm gonna live 200 years, and I'm gonna have to do nuclear energy for 200 years, that sounds terrible. No, I don't want to. But if I say I want to innovate nuclear energy, and I'm committing to it for 10 years, I can do 10 years. I got that, right? And knowing that as soon as I do it, or even when I get close to having it done and perfecting it, I'm going to want something else, right? Because I like to innovate. So I'm going to get tired of that, and I'm going to pass it to other people and let them take it, and I'm going to go do whatever's next. So that's my inoculation to being terrified and not doing big things, is I know it's just next. It's not a life sentence. And I also I allow myself to do 5 or 10 of them at a time. I'm not restricted to one. I have enough bandwidth to run multiple, right? Yeah. Because doing one, if you said you can only do one thing, Mike, that would be a nightmare for me. I can do multiple. Okay, that's cool. That'll make me happy, right?
Yeah. I think that's great. I often think of it like in the moment, like what in this moment is most important to me. And it's not to say that I can't choose something else in a different moment, a different day, or, if you go on energy for 10 years and you get in there and you're like, no, I don't like this. It's like, I'm not a prisoner to this. It's something that I choose to give myself freedom, because too many choices puts us in paralysis and we don't do anything. So at some point we choose to do something, but the antidote, as you said, is knowing that I can change my mind. I'm not a prisoner to do it. I'm the one that chose this, and I'm the one that can unchoose this also.
That's true. And sometimes I have a bad habit of choosing too many things at once. And then I have to go reassess and say, no, I'm going to give up all my free time and my relationships. If I bit off more than I can chew. Okay, well, just remove the ones that are not the highest priority. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think this is a call to your life in general. Are you living the life you want in general? And also it's in each specific moment to stop what you're doing in each moment of, is this the outcome that's most important right now? And I think this is in relationships. This is in business. This is in that. Is what I'm moving towards the thing that's most important to me?
Right.
Or is there something else that's of greater value here?
Right. I agree.
Let's move on to number 2.